vortex, vortexes, vortices are thought to be spiraling centers of energy that are conducive to healing, meditation, and self-exploration. People are often inspired, recharged, or uplifted by the vortexes of the earth.
I learned about vortexes 40 years ago when I was attending a week-long retreat in Northern California at a beautiful location known as Campbell Hot Springs. While there, I met a woman who was living in Sedona, which I'd never heard of before, and she told me all about how wonderful Sedona was, how beautiful it was, and how there were these vortexes that just gave off a real special energy that people were drawn to, that people would come to do sacred ceremonies and meditate and such. And I was fascinated with that. And 40 years later, I retired and moved to the Sedona area. And I can now come to these vortexes on a daily basis. It's great. I love it. A vortex is a swirling center of subtle energy emanating from the earth. And people have been able to detect two types of vortices. One type is the upflow of energy vortex, where the energy comes up through the ground. The other type is the inflow type of vortex, where the energy actually goes down into the ground.
The Sedona, Arizona area is known as a creative and high-energy center and is reported to be surrounded by multiple vortexes. The perceived energy attracts people from all over the world to explore and be inspired by the energy of the earth. Many come simply for spiritual rejuvenation. Some to connect with their cultural ancestors. Others just to walk on the stones that transmit the energy. But for whatever the reason, many claim the perceived energy is real and can only be experienced by visiting a vortex in person. Of the many vortexes in the area, the four most prominent and well-known: Bell Rock, Cathedral Rock, Airport Mesa, and Boynton Canyon.
I'm here at Bell Rock today to investigate the vortex energies. I came with 3 dowsing instruments and 1 electronic instrument. I first used a pendulum to see if there was any energy registering on the pendulum, and it was registering in great quantities. The pendulum was going around pretty steadily, indicating a lot of energy relating to the vortex. I then used a Y rod which pinpointed an area of greater energy than the surrounding area, and I pinpointed 2 places in this area, one over here and one up there. I then used the L rods to confirm what the Y rod had showed, and when it approached the two areas of high energy, they opened up. They were in this orientation and they opened up like this to indicate that there was a hit. The electronic instrument that I brought with me today was an EMF meter that registers electric and magnetic energies, and I was not able to have that device register any of those energies no matter where I placed them. It seems like the energies were just much too subtle for this instrument to pick up.
Physical energy was found at the 4 major Sedona vortexes using dowsing equipment. But it is the spiritual connectivity that people seek when they come to the vortexes.
The energy is kind of unique here because it brings in all of nature and the surrounding area into the vortex.
A sacred space, a pathway from ancient life, and a vision to the future is part of the invisible connection that can be found within the rocks.
When I connect with the energy here, I feel like it's almost teaching me about the consciousness of nature. And I bring it in and infuse it into the stones that I make for my macrame jewelry. And as each person takes this piece of jewelry with them, they can wear it and they can share the energy of this vortex wherever they are.
The vortex is where the spiritual and physical energies can connect.
I'm at the Airport Mesa Vortex, the most easily accessible of all the 4 vortexes. It is a very popular spot for viewing the surrounding red rocks and to experience the incredible vortex energy here. The energy is quite spectacular. Every person has their own experience. Depending how sensitive you are to these energies, the greater experience you may have with the energies. But it's definitely worth it, even if you don't feel you're that sensitive. You might be surprised and you can feel some energy.
Cathedral Rock is perhaps the most unique and the most photographed formation in Arizona. The mountain challenges hikers to climb the steep mountain trails. Many go to the top in search of views. But it can be said, the ones who gain the most are those who climb the mountain for the energies that can be found in the vortex.
When I do yoga up here, it focuses my mind just into this one point, and I become very, very still. The thinking stops, and I just connect with the rock. With the energy that's up here, which is very strong in the receiving. So it makes me very calm.
The medicine wheel, it's a circle of stones. It helps me to connect with my higher spirit, with my high that everybody has. All this rock come from different places. Each rock for me is not only a rock. I reconnect with the place where I was. And I try to express what I have seen and felt from this place. Because this rock is not only a rock, it's connected with the universe. It's a living thing. So there's so much information in this rock. It's like in a parallel world, it's like I can connect with this place again through my art.
The contact with nature and taking it in, receiving it, is extremely strong. There is no thoughts. Thinking is stopped. The mind is very still. Emotions are calmed. And I just have peace. Peace of mind, inner peace.
I'm now in Boynton Canyon, a place of mystical significance. Native Americans use this area for sacred ceremonies, and there is a great deal of vortex energies. You can feel the energy. It feels very relaxing. It's very desirable to have that kind of energy permeating your being. It's a unique place and would highly recommend anyone coming to this area. You will not be disappointed.
The four major vortexes, Bell Rock, Boynton Canyon, the Airport Mesa, and Cathedral Rock are the most significant. But they are not alone in energy and history of the Sedona area.
Over to my left on this rock wall are depictions known as petroglyphs. And we don't know if there are any vortex energies here, but we're going to check it out. People come here for spiritual rejuvenation and meditation and leave here with memories they'll never forget. It's a place where one could spend the whole day here, bathing in that energy and taking in the breathtaking views. This is a very special place. There's no way to experience this other than actually being here.
My art is based on, the most is feeling and how the nature works on me.
I can feel the energy just kind of move through nature as the trees are blowing. This energy brings in and radiates a mystic spiritual energy.
Once you're up here, the connection with nature is very intense, very strong, and your perception and your receiving is very, very strong. If somebody doesn't believe, the best way to connect is come up the vortex, hike it, walk it, experience it, become a receiver and open for it.
The beauty of the red rocks and formations have taken millions of years to form. The energy is multidimensional and offer inspiration for life. If it is a vortex, you will know the magic when you feel it.